Hi friends, I'm so glad to be back. Our internet has been out at my house and Samuel has been having to use my laptop, and we've been spending all day at our local coffee shop, and I feel like I need a horse and buggy because we have not had access to the modern world. So I'm looking forward to getting that all sorted out. I've got a book today for you I think you're going to like. Today we're going to read Rainbow Fish. Now, what's the first thing you notice about this book? Do you see the shiny scales on the fish? This is the first children's book to have this process. It's called foil stamping, and it's the very first children's book in history to have that. It was written by Marcus Pfister in 1992, and he has written, and this is his most popular book, his most famous book, and he's got a couple of other rainbow fish books, but this is by far the most popular. And he has a series called Penguin Pete. I don't know if you've seen those, but they're absolutely adorable. But this one, let me show you the end pages. Look how pretty that is. Can you imagine having to draw water? I think that would be very hard. Here's the title page, Marcus Pfister, The Rainbow Fish. It says it's translated by J. Allison James. This is, I think, the first book in our series that I've been reading to you that's not been written in America. This book was actually written, he's actually Swiss, and they had to translate it. And it's been translated into several different languages because it's been such a popular book. So let's get started. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just any ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling scales among them. Isn't that pretty? The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the rainbow fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." What do you think is going to happen next? "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all of his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. How do you think that made the little blue fish feel? What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anyone like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish, "but if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I've been waiting for you," said the octopus in a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea. but you will discover how to be happy. Do you think he's going to do it? I can't, the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared in a dark cloud of ink. Give away my scales, my beautiful shining scales? Never! How could I ever be happy without them? Suddenly, he felt a light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale. The rainbow fish wavered. Do you know what wavered means? You ever seen a wave kind of go back and forth? It's kind of like when you don't know what to do and you think maybe you're going to do this, maybe you're going to do that, when you can't quite decide you're going to do this, but you're being indecisive. That's another big word, isn't it? That's what wavered means, to be thinking about changing your mind. Only one very small shimmering scale, he thought. Well, maybe he wouldn't miss just one. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you so very much. The little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in amongst his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale, glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him was filled with glimmering scales, at last he felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shimmering scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away. Yet, he was very happy. Come on, rainbow fish, they called. Come and play with us. Here I come, said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. And there's the other end page. Did you like that story? I think that's a great story on sharing with others and being a good friend. I also wanted to ask you a question. Did you think about that octopus? It said he disappeared in a cloud of ink. Now, a lot of us that I know live here in Texas and we've never seen a real octopus. Did you know that octopuses actually squirt out ink and it makes the water muddled and they can escape? They use it for self-defense. I think that is so interesting. So if you were wondering what that cloud was doing in ink, it's part of their biological body. It's part of what they actually do. They actually do squirt ink and it makes the water, it's like camouflage, and they can sneak away from anybody that's trying to catch them. So I wasn't sure if you knew that. I thought you might find that interesting. I'm so glad you joined me for your story today, and a story today, and I'll see you next time.